she was going to give them XYZ amount of money to come assassinate me because of the insurance policy that I had on myself. I could have took that, became John Wick, and went out and tried to kill everybody, or I could have went out and became a drunk and been like, man, see, this is why you can't be successful in the business. I could have made up all of these excuses in life on why I couldn't do something. I could honestly say I could have every right to feel like that because of the amount of ammunition that they shot at me. I got shot at 47 times. 47. Instead of me being negative about it, I wound up writing a movie script about it. That's what took me to the West Coast. By her having those men coming to my house to try to come kill me when I wrote that movie script about it, I got paid for it, first of all. So thank you. And it expanded my mindset tremendously. The only person whose fault it is in my life that it happened was mine. And I accept the responsibility of that because that happened to me because I allowed that young lady in my life. See, I made my own life a struggle because I was so used to seeing people in my area struggle. I was used to seeing people killed. So once I got shot at, I wasn't nowhere crying in the corner praying, oh my God. Normal day for me. It just so happened that it happened to me that day. Life actually does reward you once you realize that life is not a struggle. Life is what you make out of it. I took the lemons in my life, me getting shot at 47 times, and had this, crazy ex-girlfriend who tried to set me up, and I made lemonade out of it, and I sold that particular drink, which was that movie script I wrote, sold it to some producers. You can take adverse events and make something positive out of it. You can become a motivational speaker. You can do anything in life you want to become. But in order to do and become anything in life that you want to do and become, you have to first realize that life is not a struggle. Good evening, and welcome to another episode of the Mindset Master Podcast. I'm your host, Tony Reed, and I'm also the proprietor of the podcast. In today's episode, we're going to be discussing about how life is not a struggle. And what that means is life is however you make life out to be. Now, this episode is kind of like touchy-feely. I'm not going to lie to you. If you get kind of offended, please bear with me here. In my first example, I'm going to be talking about people who feel like stuff has to always be going on. I'm just going to be speaking generally in this first example. Have you ever seen anyone who they got a promotion or either something good happened in life? Like they may have, let's say, perhaps gotten married, or they may have gotten a loan for a new car. They may have gotten some really good medical news from their doctor. How many people in life have you ever seen, they question it? They're sitting back like, I wonder, how did this happen? Why did this happen to me? I know somebody who got a $2,000 refund back in their bank account. Instead of saying thank you to the universe or the higher powers or whatever it is that they believed in, instead of doing that, they wind up calling the bank. They wind up going through their app on their phone, trying to figure out exactly why they was given this amount of money when they didn't even do nothing to work for it. And when I heard that, that just puzzled me because I'm like, man, something like that happened. I'm not going to go through and investigate exactly how I got this blessing that is in my life now. I'm not going to sit back and question who, what, when, where, how. Why did it come? I didn't do no overtime at work. Did I win a publisher's clearinghouse? Or what did I do to deserve this? Some people in life feel like that they're not deserving. So whenever they get something like that, like they get something like a bonus at work, or like they get sporadically get some money, or like the stimulus check that came in, and they wasn't thankful for it. And they wonder why within 10 minutes of getting it, they was already back broke again. In life, whenever you're given a blessing, it's best to not question who, what, when, where, how. Why did I get this blessing? Why did I get this car with my credit score is a 430? Why did this happen to me? People in life who always question the good things that happen in life, typically those people don't really have a lot of continual good things happening to them or for them in life. Now, I'm not saying that they don't have good things happen in life. If you ever look at it and really sit back and really just think about what I'm saying, it's hardly a time when you got somebody who feels they're not deserving that they'll keep continuing to have successes back to back to back. If the person does not feel deserving of it, they don't keep continuing to have successes in life. They might have a success today, and then it might not be another success for another 35 or 40 years. And then they're sitting back wondering, man, God doesn't love me, or the universe doesn't love me. Why is it that good things in life happen to Jimmy over here and Monica over here? Why is it that things never happen good in my life? And they sitting back praying and wondering why good things don't happen. Whenever good things did happen, they questioned the integrity of that good thing that happened. They questioned it like, why was I blessed this way? The guy who I work with, he has 6 kids. He can't afford to catch the bus to even come to work. But I woke up, I checked my bank account, and I found an extra $1,000 in my bank account. Why did I get this? But Joe over here, who's a good church-going man, takes care of his kids, and he sacrifices the clothes off of his back to do this for other people. Why was I blessed? But this man who really needs to be blessed over here, he's not blessed. Why is that? And when you get to asking God or the universe or the high power, again, whatever it is that you may believe in, when you get to asking those type of questions like that, I guarantee you your success will not last long. And you will wonder why you got the rug yanked out from up underneath your legs. Because whenever you try to question the universe on why it's done something phenomenal for you, typically what winds up happening is the universe kind of stops working in your favor. Now again, I'm not saying you're going to go to work and you're going to get fired, or you're going to catch a flat tire in your car, or like, something's electrical is going to happen in your house. I'm not talking about anything like that. You'll kind of start to notice, you'll be like, man, it seems like life isn't like clicking for me like the right way. What's going on here? And once you feel like that, that's the time when you should sit back and be like, have I questioned any of my blessings that I've been receiving? Let me go back and let me see what I've done wrong, so that way on my next blessing, because you will get another blessing, but it may not be another quick blessing once you get to questioning the universe and get to questioning who, what, when, where, how this happened to little old me. So you should never feel like, why did this happen to little old me? If you like this episode today thus far, please press that like and subscribe button for me. For our next example, we're going to be talking about health on this next example. And I'm going to be using a good friend of mine who I graduated high school with, and she's like the coolest person in the universe. I'm going to use my friend's story to kind of help paint a picture of what I'm trying to get you to visualize about how life is not a struggle. Now, my friend, I've been knowing her ever since elementary school. Once we got to high school, she started getting kind of sick. She started having like stomach conditions, and she started having like breathing problems. She always has a positive outlook on life. Now, her job provides her with really good insurance. She started going to different specialty clinics like the Mayo Clinic and different kind of things that specialize in the particular chronic conditions that she's been going through. So what her medical doctors had collaborated and came up with for her was a particular series of pills that she takes, each and every day for the rest of her life. She started taking the pills. Nothing kind of happened like that first week. So about a month into her taking the pills, she doesn't have pain. She can breathe. She doesn't have rheumatoid arthritis coursing through her whole body. Now she can pick her son up. She's been used to life being a struggle because she's been used to feeling bad. So once her specialty medical doctors gave her a concoction that helped eliminate the problems, my friend started questioning the doctors. She started questioning God, and why did God allow her to feel so good but still allow so many others to feel so bad? So she called me and was like, Tony, I feel good. And so she was like, I don't feel good being healthy. I said, what? And she was like, ever since I've been a little girl, I've been sick. Family has made me feel wrong for being healthy because all of my family is unhealthy. I was like really like blown back by that. That's a real sad situation when your own family don't even want you to feel good. That's sickening. I'm sorry. For somebody to not want their child to feel good, I actually felt sorry for her. How can you really succeed with role models like that, with thought processes like that? Like, how can you realistically succeed in life with a support system like that? My friend, she'll always remain sick because of her thought process, but she doesn't actually have to be sick. But the reason why she feels like she has to be sick is because she's been made to feel like she needs to be sick in order to fit in with her social surroundings, her family. And see, the way how she can get herself together is by journaling, by meditation. That's how my friend can block those negative thought processes from her family. We'll resume the regularly scheduled program momentarily. Now, once you're on the inside of the Mindset Mastery Academy, the first thing that you will notice is going to be the layout. On the left, this is going to be all of the things that are going to be included inside of the Mindset Mastery Academy. We have videos for a positive mindset. We have motivational quotes. We have mindset and mental health. We have affirmation cards. We have digital planners. We have blogs. We have coupons and monthly deals. And we also have ebooks and audiobooks. And then you can easily download any of these right here. We have the Success Roadmap digital planner. And this is a 170-page digital planner. You can print this out and actually do it on old school pencil and paper. And if you have any issues, you can always reach out to me and my team directly at info@TonyReedCo. And another thing that we have monthly hot seats. Once you're inside the Mindset Mastery Academy, all of your personal problems become the group's problems. If you're going through a struggle in life, if you have a burden in life that you're going through, and you can ask any kind of questions, anything that you want to know, the group is here to help. And I just wanted to quickly talk to you about this amazing opportunity to join the Mindset Mastery Academy. Now, back to your regularly scheduled program. In this next example, I'm going to be discussing about a story that actually happened to me about how I used to feel like when I was younger that life should be a struggle. In the area of town that I grew up in, it was like a really dangerous area. It had like, drug dealers and stuff like that. People was getting shot and killed every day. And it was like somebody was always going through something. It was always an argument. It was always a shootout. It was always a death. It was always a drive-by. If you grew up in an area like that your whole life, you're going to kind of start to feel if something ain't going on crazy, then life ain't really going on. Nobody got shot today. Man, it's boring as hell out here today. It becomes normal when things like that are going on. It becomes normal to be at a fish fry at the local park and gunshots ring out. Oh well, somebody got shot, typical day in our area. And that's what I had been used to my whole life. Not that I wanted to be in that environment. I wasn't old enough at the time to buy my own house and nothing like that. So moving the story along, a few years forward. So now I'm working at my family's barbershop. I'm making really good money. So I decided to go out and decided to buy my very first house. So I got my first house in a really good area of town. I had wound up meeting a young lady. I thought that she was going to be the one. I ride motorcycles. I race cars, go-karts, stuff like that. I've always had life insurance on myself. I wind up making a mistake and putting her as the beneficiary on my policy in the event of my untimely death because I thought that she was going to be the one. Even though she was rah. But again, like I mentioned, that was a normal thing for me. We wind up breaking up and stuff like that, and she was real distraught about it. I just thought this was like a typical regular breakup. Hasta la vista. I don't want you no more. You don't want me. Let's go our separate ways. But this one here didn't end like that. About 2 or 3 weeks after the breakup, I was coming out of my house, and the area that I used to live in was about a $650,000 entry level area that I used to live in. It wasn't no crazy area or nothing like that. This was like well-to-do kind of people. So this particular day, I looked to my left and I saw 6 men coming down my alley with white t-shirts on. They was in shooter's position. And so when I looked at them, it immediately alerted me. It wasn't the fact that they had guns in their hand. I was used to people getting shot and killed and guns and stuff. I was used to that. But what alerted me was the fact of they didn't fit the typical demographic of what we had been used to seeing in that area that I used to live in. They wound up shooting at me, and then come to find out it was the young lady who I was dating, who I broke up with, who sent these men to come kill me because she told them that she was going to give them XYZ amount of money to come assassinate me because of the insurance policy that I had on myself. I could have took that, became John Wick and went out and tried to kill everybody, or I could have went out and became a drunk and been like, man, see, this is why you can't be successful in the business. I could have made up all of these excuses in life on why I couldn't do something. I could honestly say I could have every right to feel like that because of the amount of ammunition that they shot at me. I got shot at 47 times. 47. I realized that negative event happened to me. I realized my life is in my control. Instead of me being negative about it, I wound up writing a movie script about it. And then when I got out to the West Coast, because that's what took me to the West Coast, by her having those men coming to my house to try to come kill me, when I wrote that movie script about it, I got paid for it, first of all. So thank you. And then second of all, that wound up getting me away from Tennessee, and it expanded my mindset tremendously. And then that's when I realized it ain't a certain demographic of people that could make or break me. It ain't a certain demographic of people's fault that I got shot at. The only person whose fault it is in my life that it happened was mine. And I accept the responsibility of that, because that happened to me because I allowed that young lady in my life. See, I made my own life a struggle because I was so used to seeing people in my area struggle. I was used to seeing people killed. So once I got shot at, I wasn't nowhere crying in the corner praying, oh my God. Normal day for me. It just so happened that it happened to me that day. I stayed in a house for another 2 or 3 more years. Then that's when my wife had wanted to move. She didn't want to, be in the same house where no other woman done laid her head at, which that's understandable. I respect that. Life is what you make of it. If you make life a struggle, life will always be a struggle. If you're ready to take your journey of mindset mastery to the next level and dive even deeper into mindfulness and also meditation, well, I've got a fantastic resource just for you. Inside, you're going to find step-by-step instructions, valuable insight, and also practical exercises to help you enhance your mindset and bring more positive changes to your life. This guide is the roadmap to success. To get your hands on this exclusive resource, click the link below in the description. Life actually does reward you once you realize that life is not a struggle. If you keep that same thought process that life is a struggle, life never rewards me, life always takes from me, I want you to realize this. Life does give to you, because if you woke up this morning and you have breath in your body, life gave to you. So life is not a struggle. Life is what you make out of it. You can take lemons out of life and make lemonade out from it and sell that drink, kind of basically what I did. I took the lemons in my life, me getting shot at 47 times, and had this crazy ex-girlfriend who tried to set me up, and I made lemonade out of it, and I sold that particular drink, which was that movie script I wrote, sold it to some producers, got me some money out from it. Life is however you make it. You can take adverse events and make something positive out of it. You can become a motivational speaker. You can do anything in life you want to become. But in order to do and become anything in life that you want to do and become, you have to first realize that life is not a struggle. And that about wraps it up for today's episode. Until next time, I'll catch you later.